Hello and welcome back to F2P Gaming. Today we're going to be taking a look at Gwent, the Witcher card game. After the overwhelming success of The Witcher 3, CD Projekt Red knew they couldn't stop there. So a wee while ago they released Gwent, the Witcher card game. Now for those of you that have played The Witcher 3, you'll know that within the game you were able to collect cards and play Gwent, which has possibly been the most in-depth card game in any game whatsoever. In fact, it was so detailed and people enjoyed it so much that they felt the need to make it into a whole game. And of course it should be said that all of this is based off the original Witcher novels. Overall, Gwent is a game about two armies fighting. Throughout the game you add various cards to the board, each with different value, and whoever ends up with the highest total score at the end wins the round. The game is a best of 3. Each player starts off the game with 10 cards, and whatever you finish with in a round is carried over, so you really have to be careful about putting all your eggs in one basket, and you have to always be thinking 5 steps ahead. The game itself features a lot of cards from the game as well as many more. Also included are the 5 different factions: Nilfgaard, Monsters, Skellige, Northern Realms and Scoia'tael. Each faction has unique traits and offers a different playstyle for each. For a more slower and calculated game, then Nilfgaard might be a good option for you, whereas if you like a quicker, faster paced game, then a good Monsters deck might work well. Similar to other card games as well, you're able to go online and find a good deck that someone else has made so that it help you out along the way, and this is especially good if you aren't the best at making one yourself. Where this game receives most flack would be that it's copying some of the other card games. Although the gameplay itself is quite unique and unlike any other, everything else seems to be a bit ripped off. For example, when you're searching for a game, you look for a worthy opponent, which is the exact same wording as Hearthstone. On top of that, they have just started the Season of the Viper, which I don't know about you, but in my eyes it seems very close to Year of the Raven or Year of the Mammoth, which Hearthstone's used as well. The difference though is when a new season comes in Gwent, you're earning higher rank for prizes and just not using completely different cards like you do in Hearthstone. One of the game's huge benefits is that the material has been based off of. The Witcher 3 was probably one of the best games ever made, and not only did it look amazing, but the gameplay was incredibly smooth and the story was excellent. On top of that, there were seemingly endless quests. You could play it for days on end just doing side quests. This means that with the amount of content in the actual game, they're easily able to transfer over more and more characters and cards to the game as they see fit. I think that this is where card games thrive. You look at the other big two, Hearthstone, Elder Scrolls Legends, both have just insane amounts of backstory and base material that they can incorporate into their game. And it also means that people playing who have also played the games that they've been spun off of can understand all the references to them. Overall, I'd just say you have to respect what Gwent has done. With other card games like Hearthstone and Elder Scrolls thriving, it's no easy feat trying to make your way in and make your mark into the industry, but they've done just that. What it stands out is its unique style of play. Every other card game is quite similar to each other, but with Gwent, apart from The Witcher 3, there isn't really anywhere that you can play something like it. So naturally people will be drawn to it. Anyway, if you're interested in trying it out, which I would highly recommend, it's available on PC, Xbox One and PS4 right now.